Hi guys, it's your girl Laika again. I'm here to provide you with information on visas, studying, working abroad, anything that you dream of doing. The world is your oyster, you can do it. Today I would like to speak about Netherlands. Netherlands has launched a new visa that not everyone knows about. The visa was launched last year in June and it's going to be on a pilot program for 4 years. That means it's going to be running for 4 years. So which visa is this? Let's learn all about it. Who can apply? How can you apply? And how can you get to Netherlands if it's your dream to work in Netherlands? Come with Welcome back. The visa is called the Essential Starter Personnel Work Permit. The Essential Starter Personnel Work Permit. It's a bit of a mouthful, but hey, if you want to migrate, you better get it in your head. So this visa was launched by Netherlands because they are looking to attract high-tech people to come to Netherlands. As we know, the international world has a lot of talent. People out here can really invent, and the competition is very high for cities that want to be the most high tech. So like Silicon Valley, lots of competition there, and now Netherlands wants to catch up with that, and they're attracting tech people to come in, and this is the visa that they're using to attract them. So if you're working in the tech world, good news for you, you can do this. Now, there's one thing that I would like us to remember, that when you're looking to work in a different country, as I said before, you need to have a job offer from that country. The employer needs to prove why they're hiring you and not someone within the city or within the country. They need to prove that to the government. Now, with Netherlands, it's slightly different because they've enabled the startups to hire people directly internationally. So for example, if you're in Kenya or Tanzania and you've impressed someone who is in Netherlands as an employer, they can just directly hire you. They don't need to prove it to the government. They can just hire you. And they have something called a startup work permit. So people can migrate to the Netherlands on a startup work permit without having to prove a lot. You see, like when it comes to Canada, they have to prove that they can't get someone in their country. The UK as well, they have to prove they can't get someone in their country. But Netherlands has made it easier for startups because they can hire people from outside. They can hire foreign workers directly, and in a way that helps their tech world, because mostly startups that are looking to like make the world a better, you know, like how nowadays there's a lot of green people just looking for ways to make sure that they're not using a lot of oil and all that. So if you're a tech person and you're looking to work in a startup company, you can easily migrate. And not even just tech, anyone who can work for a startup company, as long as you're proving to be important to them, then you can migrate to Netherlands and you can work on a very easy visa without a lot of requirements. Now, when it comes to the requirements of the visa, the government only says that it has to be an experienced person. So if you're a person who's just starting in your job, probably you would think, oh no, I can't apply for that because it's for experienced people. They've not specified when your experience has to have started from. It's not like the employer who says you need 5 years experience or you need 2 years experience. They've only said you need to have experience in that field. So if you have any, even 1 day, 3 days, who knows? All you need to do is to say that you've had experience in that field. Now, another thing when it comes to the requirements is with the employer, they need to only hire 5 people to move to Netherlands on this visa. So when it comes to, like, when you look at Netherlands, there are over 180,000, I think over 200,000 startup companies. So if each of them looks to hire 5 people, that's like 1 million people going to the Netherlands, yeah? So you can be part of that if you apply and if you qualify, because all you need to do is apply for jobs that are to do with startups, and then they can hire you and you can move to the Netherlands without a lot of restrictions. Now, one good thing about visas like these is that they have a salary cap. they say the person has to be paid this amount. So the good thing about that is there's no exploitation. When you migrate on a certain visa that says the salary cannot go under this, don't be intimidated by that. It just shows that you cannot be exploited. You can't come in as a foreign worker and you start doing a job that would not sustain the life that you should live. Like your basic needs should be met, and you should be working as someone who's from that country. So that's the good thing about this visa, because it has a cap on the amount of salary that you can be paid. Another thing about the visa is you have to be given at least 1% share in the company. So as a startup, as someone who's coming in as an innovative person, you should be given at least 1% share in the company. Now, don't be intimidated again, because this is not difficult for startups to get together and create an idea. Like, it doesn't have to be another Facebook, it doesn't have to be another Twitter, it just has to be an idea that you work on together. They will not be hesitant to make you a shareholder in the company. And again, this helps with avoiding exploitation. Now, where do you get these jobs? Go online. Now, you don't look for a job at Facebook. You don't look for a job at a company that's already established. This needs to be a startup. So let me tell you which websites you can use to get these. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the baby monitor. Let me tell you which websites you can use to find these new and innovative ideas. Yes, one of the best things to do is just to Google. Get on Google, go and look for startups in Amsterdam, startups in Netherlands. Start from there, see what's happening. There's a website called AngelList. There's another one called Overstock. Just go, filter for Netherlands, have a look, search, apply. Now, please, as I said before, don't be discouraged thinking this is only for techs. You can go in as a person who's working for HR, you can go and do sales, you can go and do whatever it is, even if it's social media. If your experience is just in social media, remember, they didn't say how long, they didn't say when you need to have started. It could be something you started after high school, like with just your Twitter account. You can apply for a job at a startup company with someone who's already in Netherlands, and you can migrate to Netherlands. One of the requirements that they've said there is that you need to have your birth certificate. Now, who doesn't have a birth certificate? That's the only thing you'll need to go with to Netherlands. After you've got your permit, you'll go with that to Netherlands and you'll register with the municipal council. Get your birth certificate, apply for jobs in Netherlands for startups. Don't go to Facebook, as I said before. Don't go to Amazon. Don't go to something that's already established. Go to these people that are starting up. They've got the freedom to bring you in as a startup, and you can start from there. Now, I hope that's helped you. Now, remember, this visa is only valid for 4 years, as they're still working on it. They're still working on improving it. So as you look to move with this visa, know that at some point you'll need to transition, or if the government decides, they can just change it and make it like they can extend it for you. But then if you've already been in a country, like we said before, if you've already got the experience, then it's very easy for you to move on to something else. Now, I hope you've enjoyed that. Please remember to subscribe. Please remember to hit that share button if you can, just so someone else can get this information. And it becomes very encouraging for me when I wake up and I see like, oh, many people have viewed this. Many people have left a comment saying, like, can we get information on this or that? So I'll see you next time, and I hope that you've learned something about this new visa that Netherlands has launched. Bye bye.